Hi, my name is Kate. Thank you for your interest, and I wish you good vision. Sometimes, it is necessary to provide a second supervision station to control the plant. The reasons are various. For example, if the customer needs to operate from different locations, but with the same methods and functions. Sometimes, the web client solution does not meet the customer's requirements, or the second station has to offer different characteristics from the main one. Whatever the customer's requests, Winlog Evo offers the possibility of creating client-server projects, with extreme ease and flexibility. We have renamed the tutorial project to tutorial_server, which identifies the main supervision station. In the previous tutorials, we have seen that this station has been programmed to communicate with the field PLC, our Modbus simulator. In the server station project, let's go to the configuration section in the options. Now, let's select the part concerning the TCP connections. It is in this section that we define the working parameters of the main server station in the client-server configuration. The system tells us the name of the supervision station and the IP address on which it resides. Now, we have to select Run TCP Server. In this way the system prepares to accept connections from any Winlog client. We can define a limit of Winlog client connections, and we can define ports for online and historical data. In this case, we can take advantage of the Client for Microsoft Networks protocol to obtain more performance. As far as the server station is concerned, this is what needs to be set for the client-server configuration. Now, let's proceed with the realization of the Winlog client project. For our tutorial, let's define that the client station is the same as the server station. Let's clone our tutorial server project. Let's rename it to tutorial_client. Now, let's access the configuration of the communication channels. Having been created as a copy of the server project, Channel 1 was configured to communicate with the field PLC, with Modbus TCP protocol. See previous tutorials. Now, since this project is the client, we will replace the protocol with the one dedicated to Winlog Evo client-server communication. In this tab, we will define some parameters. If this client communicates with one or more server stations at the same time, the IP address or name of the server station, the server port, and any timeouts. What we did was instruct the client project on the data source of its gates. That is, we have defined that the values of the project variables relative to channel 1 do not come directly from the PLC, but will be requested from the server station, the station that will have the real connection with the PLC of the plant. For our tutorial, you need to select the legacy mode. Allow me a brief discussion. There are two modes of operation. Standard mode, recommended. Legacy mode. In standard mode, for each client gate, it is possible to define which server gate should read or write. On the other hand, in the legacy mode, the client can only read or write gates that have the same type and the same name, ID and NID. This rigidity poses some limitations. For example, it does not allow a client to be able to interface with two servers that have the same gate list. We recommend using the standard mode considering its flexibility and potential. For simplicity, in our tutorial, we will use the legacy mode. This is all that is needed to obtain two projects with client-server architecture. We will, therefore, have a schematic situation on the side. A client station, in an area of the plant, or remotely via the internet, and a server station in the plant, that communicates with the process PLCs. What will happen, when the two stations go into runtime, will be more or less this. The server station will start communicating with the PLCs, in its normal functionality. It will wait for a connection, from the client station. When the client station connects with the server station, the gate data of the client station will be provided by the analogous gate data on the server station. Obviously, this applies to both reading and writing. I wanted to point out that, for our tutorial, we have copied the server application without modifying it. Winlog Evo, however, allows you to create a client that is also different from the server. It also allows you to enable direct communication to the PLC, using the other available channels. All this makes for a remarkable flexibility that allows you to satisfy various architectures, even complex ones. Returning instead to the subject of data left pending from before, it is worthwhile to deepen. Winlog Evo allows you to view the historical data, even from a different station. In the client-server configuration, this opportunity is taken advantage of by the client. In fact, its page is dedicated to data visualization, as alarm history, draw on the data saved by the server. This allows the client not to worry about storing historical data, thus leaving the task to the main station. Thanks for your attention. For more information, I invite you to browse our site, or send us an email. See you at the next tutorials. Have a nice day.